thoughts, prayers to the Warriors organization and the family of Coach Milosevic. Yeah, and don't know the details of what happened. Very sudden, very tragic. Hats off to the NBA for canceling the game. Just an absolute tragedy, and so our hearts are heavy.
Rick, is he a guy you crossed paths with at all? Anybody so you knew from?
I know of him. I don't really know him personally, but I know he's very well thought of in the coaching world. Very successful former player and coach, and all that stuff pales in comparison to the tragedy.
A loss like that is awful at any point. I wonder, when you think about the fact that they were at a team dinner when it happened, and when you're on the road with these guys, when you know them every single day the way you do as a coach, that obviously resonates for you.
An unimaginable set of circumstances. Yeah. Can't even imagine, and it just it just magnifies the level of tragedy. So very sad, and don't know what else to say. We're gonna, the Coaches Association is working on a way to pay tribute to him, his life, his career. So we'll have more details.
It's a tough segue, but on the basketball front, and generally speaking, I know you can't talk about the deal, but if you hit the rewind button, last time I saw you was in Vegas at the in-season tournament. You guys did some special things, and that certainly, I'm sure, was part of the calculus as you're evaluating the roster. I wonder, that moment in particular, was that a game changer as you studied what you wanted to do here personnel-wise?
When you're in a multi-year rebuild, which we are, you're looking to collect assets. Kevin Pritchard and Chad Buchanan have done a great job of accumulating assets, and then you want to be opportunistic to improve your team. Regardless of in-season tournament, no in-season tournament, this franchise would be looking to
don't forget your stuff.
Would be looking to get better and to be opportunistic to do so. And I think that's about as much as I can say about it.
I'll play off of that and see if we could stay general on this one more. Obviously, I think at the time, even I asked Tyrese about the concept of recruiting and putting on this sort of product on the floor and making public just how fun of a team this is to play with. And do you think that's a case that you guys have made pretty well, that for anyone who's not on this team, that this is an attractive
look around on our roster, see the guys that have been acquired in the last year and a half. Virtually every one of them has had a career year situation, coming to the Pacers, playing with the Indiana Pacers, playing with Tyrese Halliburton and two other point guards that make guys better. So any player that comes to the Pacers will have the opportunity for a life-changing situation. In a life-changing and a career-changing situation.
Rick, the young man who walked by you a moment ago, Tyrese, I know he's new in his ascension, but in terms of the way you guys function organizationally when you're making major decisions, is he part of that conversation, and just kind of what's the culture in that regard?
Well, I mean, he's involved in a lot of things, and I can't. It's just not appropriate to get into any more detail about it than that. But we have great respect for him as a person. We have great respect for his knowledge and feel for the game and his teammates. And that's about it.
Sure.
That's about all I can
Just
say.
trying to learn about the relationship. And you have a high threshold for trust, I would imagine. So,
well, when you got a guy who's a max player, he becomes a partner. So I've said that before. I don't really think there's any need to expound on it anymore. It's pretty obvious.
How did Ben's ankle come through?
thank you, Rick.
And how's Aaron?
Seems to be okay. He's
Say-
playing one-on-one after practice. So Aaron participated in practice, and we'll have to see how he's feeling tomorrow. See where things are at there.
Gotcha. How's Isaiah's back? I know he came back.
He's okay. He practiced. That's been something that's been manageable. Obi did not do any contact stuff today. He's dealing with a minor calf issue, so he'll likely be listed as questionable. And we'll see where things are tomorrow. We're going into back-to-back, so we have to manage this care the right way.
Sure, of course.